Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Charlotte Hornets tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the Lakers loss against the Hornets tonight, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff, and of course, like always, please be sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ZSPN. Much appreciated, guys. And also, please listen to my podcast, ZSPN, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen to your podcasts in. Make sure to show me the love, support for my podcast, ZSPN, by subscribing to that. And I really do appreciate the love, support there. And of course, on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Much appreciated. So, guys, yeah, let's talk about this Lakers loss against the the Charlotte Hornets tonight. Guys, I have to say, when it comes down to it, even though the Lakers lost, I have to say there was some effort and some toughness, and the Lakers, they just came to play when it came to the second half. I mean, let's not deny it. Let's not say that it was them like blasphemous for anything or what I'm saying. It is the truth. I mean, let's look. If you look at the stat line, I'm putting it right now. When you look at the stat line, the Lakers came to play in the second half, in the third quarter, especially when they were down by 20 points against the Charlotte Hornets, and all of a sudden, I'm not sure, when Frank Vogel put that new lineup, that rotation, if you will, with the young guys and everything like that, the Lakers really ignited something in the third quarter to the point that they, broken down that 20-point deficit, and they were, I think, at the end of the third quarter, they were just down by, I think, 2 or 3 points at that moment. And that was a huge game changer in that particular moment, even though the Charlotte Hornets were leading by 3 points at the end of the third quarter. And, the fourth, it was just nothing but back and forth type of situation. Even though, let's put this out there, even though the refs called on a charge, which we all know, if you all watched the game, it wasn't a charge. For some reason, if it wasn't for that ref that put the charge out there, on the Lakers for charging, the Lakers would have won that game tonight. They would have won this game tonight against the Charlotte Hornets, and it would all been because of that third quarter, that ignition, if you will, of what went down, of how the Lakers just turned on something and just started shooting very well. They started playing defense, and all the players just going out of nowhere and stepping up due to not having our top superstars on the Los Angeles Lakers tonight, with LeBron and Anthony Davis being out due to their own dealing with their own injuries. And with Anthony Davis, he's dealing with some soreness in his wrist. I believe it's his right wrist. And I think I know went down from this injury. It was against the 76ers where he made that dunk on Joel Embiid, and he basically just, was, holding his wrist and, kind of shaking it at times. And it was just, we all knew that he probably did something to make it, feel the next day a bit soreness there. So it could be a day-to-day type of situation with him, but hopefully it's not anything long-term, because we just got him back. So, and we all know about the past histories of Anthony Davis dealing with injuries. I don't want to say that he's a prone injury guy. I don't want to say that at all, because the guy, when healthy and, when he tries to stay healthy, he really does deliver at times for the Lakers. So, it's just another mishap, and hopefully he comes back to us pretty soon. And then you have LeBron James, who is still dealing with that soreness in his knee. I believe it's his right knee. And, and I think I heard from, I think Frank Vogel put out a statement out there that they both LeBron and Anthony Davis could play on Sunday. So the possibilities are endless when it comes to the Lakers of them having our players back pretty soon. But, still remains to be seen about the status of those two. But all indications are showing that they could come back on Sunday. The team that they play against is escaping me right now. It could be the Atlanta Hawks, but I'm just thinking on top of my head because that's the last time I saw the scheduling of the Lakers, and one of them was on the road, and the Lakers are going to be facing the Atlanta Hawks, so that's another matchup on the road as well. So that's probably on the list of the Lakers, but it still remains to be seen. If not, I'm not sure if it's on Sunday or not. But don't hold that to me. If you guys are watching this, I'll put the scheduling of the Lakers on this video so you guys can check it out. But if you're listening to this, you can probably look it up. So my apologies ahead of time if I didn't get it right. But I know they have a game on Sunday though, so hopefully the Lakers will have LeBron and Anthony Davis return very soon from their own injuries. But anyway, with that being said, the Lakers were shorthanded, and it really showed that the Lakers could have competed against the Charlotte Hornets, but for some reason, it didn't start off that way in the first half. But as I said, the third quarter was a game changer. For some reason, Frank Vogel decided to put a different rotation because his previous rotation was not working well, and he decided to put a new lineup. It was a younger lineup, and obviously with a couple of veterans, but obviously it really worked out at the end. And you know what? It was just a game changer. At that particular moment, the Lakers, as I said, broke a 20-point deficit, and obviously they were competing their butt off. And I have to say, when it comes down to that, it was something special to watch. And I was waiting for this type of motivation, this type of effort from the Lakers when it comes all said and done. And also the Lakers didn't have Malik Monk as well as that reliable shooter that they were hoping to have, but unfortunately he was out due to he's dealing with his own injuries as well. I forgot what he's dealing with, but hopefully it's not anything too serious that will keep him out for a lengthy period of time. So when it comes all said and done, the Lakers, even though they competed very well, and in the second half they just couldn't capitalize. And as I mentioned with the refs, giving the charge on the Lakers, I believe it was on THT possibly, but either way, with that missed three from Russell Westbrook, if that shot would have went in, the Lakers could have won the game. But we could have. There's a lot of predictions. There's a lot of what ifs. So obviously, when it comes all said and done, the Lakers just come out short on this one, and hopefully the Lakers could potentially turn this around and bounce back, with our returning players soon. And maybe start winning games after that. But, I have to say, it was such a great game out there, with Russell Westbrook giving us 35 points. I mean, not bad. I mean, he had a great night. Let's not say otherwise. With that missed three, sure, he would have changed things. But, he really gave us a great performance out there tonight with 35 points. And then when you look at the rest of the Lakers roster, with the second unit, from Carmelo Anthony and Austin Reaves, and surprisingly Kent Bazemore, who stepped up to the plate finally after almost 3 months now of him not showing up for the Lakers at all, to the point that he was out of the rotation. I mean, alongside DeAndre Jordan. So. Surprisingly, he gave us a great performance in the first half, but it was just it was surprising that I did not realize he was going to be that guy also to really step up out there with 13 points. And then you have Austin Reaves, who played sensational out there tonight with 16 points. And then you had Carmelo Anthony. This is Carmelo Anthony we're talking about, the guy who steps up for the Lakers at times when it's needed. And obviously in this one, it was needed, but the Lakers just couldn't capitalize on this opportunity to beat the 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 Charlotte Hornets. Excuse me, I had a blank right there. Excuse me. So yeah, when it comes all said and done, it wasn't enough, and Carmelo Anthony gave us 19 points. And I think he went 2 of 9. I mean, he had a pretty poor shooting, but the efforts on the field goals was sensational on his part. I mean, he really stepped up out there for the Lakers in the second unit as a sixth man. So when it comes down to it, the Lakers in the second unit really stepped up in their own right, and that was something that I had to say was sensational on the Lakers, because this is the type of effort. This is what I want to see from the Lakers when it comes all said and done. This type of effort. Don't always rely on LeBron, Anthony Davis, the top stars on the team to carry the load. You need to have some Lakers like this type of performance to show up at times. And it was just something great. It was something amazing to watch from this Lakers team. I mean, I was really engaged in this particular matchup tonight. And when it comes all said and done, even though we lost, I was impressed. I was impressed by the Lakers' performance out there, because this is something that we haven't seen from the Lakers in quite some time. I mean, it was just something great to watch, and I was just so surprised that the Lakers did not shut down and did not give any effort whatsoever against the Charlotte Hornets. And I would have been disappointed in that particular outcome. But this time around, in this type of matchup, the Lakers showed up in my own eyes and just stepped up, in my humble opinion, and when it comes down to that, and showed up, even though they couldn't capitalize on this opportunity to win, even though they lost. So it is what it is. I mean, I have to say, guys, the Lakers really showed up, and I was just so impressed by them. And I hope to see more. I hope to see more with this Lakers team moving forward. And with the status of Anthony Davis and LeBron, it still remains to be seen. But all indications from, according to Frank Vogel, is that they will potentially play on Sunday. But still remains to be seen about that moving forward. And don't get me started with Kendrick Nunn. His status is still unknown to his return to the Lakers, but hopefully he does have a speedy recovery and come back to us pretty soon. But hopefully we can have the King and AD return to us in the next game, hopefully. But I was just so proud of the Lakers tonight, and as I said, I'm probably on a repeat here. But when it comes down to it, I want to see more from this Lakers team in this type of effort moving forward, because that was great to see this Lakers team. Carmelo Anthony, Austin Reaves, Kent Bazemore, surprisingly, really showed up in my eyes. And I just have to say, even some players from the starting lineup showed some effort also, for, when it comes all said and done. But, the main players that really impressed me in my eyes was the second unit, because that was where all things need to really step up when it comes to certain players' ability to help the Lakers win or just compete. And those are the type of players that I need to mention when it comes all said and done. So yeah, I was so impressed. I really want to know, guys, your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please give me your thoughts. Who do you think really stepped up in your eyes out there tonight? Was it Russell Westbrook? Was it Carmelo Anthony, Austin Reaves, or maybe it was Kent Bazemore? I mean, I really want to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, please make sure to follow me on Apple Podcasts. It is ZSPN on Apple Podcasts, and I'm also on Spotify, and I'm also on Anchor, and there's also another station that I heard about, and that is Radio Public. So if you guys have any of those type of apps that you listen to podcasts in, please show me the love support by listening to my podcast. It's basically the same content that I give on YouTube, only you can listen to me on the go. So I really do appreciate the love support there. And of course, follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at ZSPN. I'll leave the links to those in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.